Before starting the video, I ask everyone to please like the video and subscribe to the channel to motivate us to bring more content. Christopher Reeve was born on September 25, 1952, in the bustling city of New York. From the moment he entered the world, his life seemed destined to be extraordinary. The eldest son of Barbara Johnson, a talented journalist, and Franklin Reeve, a professor and writer, Christopher grew up surrounded by creativity and intellect. But like many great stories, his childhood was not without challenges. At just 4 years old, Christopher experienced a life-changing event. His parents divorced. This pivotal moment forced him and his younger brother, Benjamin, to move with their mother to Princeton, New Jersey. For Christopher, this move marked the start of a new chapter. Princeton was a town brimming with opportunities for education and cultural enrichment, and it was there that he began to discover his passions. Christopher wasn't just a regular kid. From a young age, he exhibited talents that set him apart. By the time he was 9, he could play the piano effortlessly and devoured books with a hunger for knowledge. His mother often said that Christopher had a natural curiosity about the world and an eagerness to learn that was impossible to ignore. Among the many things he loved, the theater stood out. It wasn't just a pastime for him, it was an obsession. He started performing in school plays, and it didn't take long for everyone to notice his talent. His teachers praised him for his ability to bring characters to life, and his classmates were often amazed by his natural charisma on stage. Beyond acting, Christopher was also a dedicated athlete. Despite battling asthma, he excelled in sports like baseball, hockey, tennis, and football. He often proved that determination could overcome any obstacle, a theme that would define his life. At 15, Christopher's talent earned him a place as an intern at the prestigious Williamstown Theater Festival in Massachusetts. This opportunity was a turning point, as it allowed him to gain first-hand experience in the world of professional theater. His performances there solidified his reputation as a gifted young actor with immense potential. By the time he graduated high school, Christopher was laser-focused on his dream of becoming an actor. He pursued this passion with unwavering determination, enrolling at Cornell University to study music and theater. His academic journey, however, took an unexpected yet fortuitous turn in 1974. Along with another aspiring actor, he was chosen to attend the Juilliard School, one of the most esteemed institutions for the performing arts. That other student? None other than Robin Williams. At Juilliard, Christopher and Robin shared more than a classroom. They became lifelong friends. Their bond would not only shape their careers but also provide Christopher with crucial support during some of his most challenging moments. From his early days in New York to the halls of Juilliard, Christopher Reeve's life was already unfolding like the plot of an epic story. He had the talent, the drive, and the charisma to make his mark in the world. Little did he know, this was just the beginning of an incredible journey. As Christopher Reeve continued to grow, so did his love for the stage. His experiences at the Williamstown Theater Festival had ignited a fire within him, but he knew that if he wanted to make it in the world of acting, he needed to keep improving. This drive led him to take on increasingly ambitious roles in his school productions, where he honed his craft and began to dream of performing on professional stages. His time at Cornell University further deepened his commitment to the arts. Surrounded by professors and peers who encouraged creativity, Christopher felt free to explore his talents and expand his understanding of storytelling. Music and theater were not just academic subjects to him, they were a way to connect with people on a deeper level. Every role he played, every performance he gave, brought him closer to understanding the power of art. But Christopher's aspirations extended far beyond the classroom. He yearned to push his limits and find opportunities that would challenge him. That opportunity came in the form of Juilliard School, the prestigious arts institution known for shaping some of the greatest talents in the world. In 1974, Christopher was thrilled to learn that he had been selected to study there, alongside another talented young actor, Robin Williams. Juilliard was unlike anything Christopher had experienced before. The rigorous training tested his abilities and forced him to dig deeper into his craft. The instructors were demanding, but Christopher thrived in this environment. He quickly realized that acting wasn't just about memorizing lines or hitting marks. It was about understanding human emotions and bringing authenticity to every moment on stage or screen. It was at Juilliard that Christopher's friendship with Robin Williams blossomed. The two couldn't have been more different in their styles. Robin was spontaneous and unpredictable, while Christopher was methodical and precise. Yet they balanced each other perfectly. often finding humor and joy in their shared journey. Their friendship was not just a source of laughter but a grounding force that would become invaluable in the years ahead. Christopher's dedication to his craft did not go unnoticed. While still at Juilliard, he began to attract attention from industry professionals who recognized his potential. He took on roles in small productions, showcasing his versatility and proving that he could command an audience's attention. Every performance was a stepping stone, bringing him closer to his goal of becoming a respected actor. Despite his growing confidence, Christopher remained humble and focused. He often reflected on how far he had come since his early days in Princeton. The lessons he had learned, from discipline in sports to the importance of perseverance in theater, continued to guide him. For Christopher, acting was more than a career. It was a calling, a way to bring stories to life and inspire others. As his time at Juilliard came to an end, Christopher was ready to take the next step in his journey. The boy who once played piano and read voraciously in his childhood home was now a young man on the brink of a promising career. The stage had prepared him for what was to come, and Christopher couldn't wait to see where his talent would take him next. In 1976, Christopher Reeve made his debut on Broadway, a milestone that marked the beginning of a new chapter in his career. The play, A Matter of Gravity, paired him with none other than the legendary Katharine Hepburn. Working alongside such an iconic actress was both intimidating and exhilarating for Christopher. Hepburn's wisdom and commanding presence pushed him to deliver his best, and he quickly gained her respect through his dedication and professionalism. The audience, too, took notice. Christopher's performance was a hit, and critics praised his ability to hold his own alongside Hepburn. The experience validated everything he had worked for, solidifying his belief that he belonged on the stage. But Christopher wasn't one to rest on his laurels. He knew that if he wanted to sustain a successful career, he needed to prove his versatility beyond Broadway. Television soon became the next frontier. Christopher landed roles in shows like Love of Life, where he made brief but memorable appearances. These opportunities allowed him to experiment with different types of characters and further refine his acting skills. Although these roles were small, they served as a valuable training ground, teaching him how to adapt to the fast-paced world of television production. While Christopher was building his resume, he also faced the challenges that came with being a young actor in a competitive industry. Auditions were often grueling, and rejection was a constant reality. Yet he remained steadfast in his determination, reminding himself of why he had chosen this path in the first place. His passion for storytelling kept him motivated, even on the toughest days. His next big break came when he decided to venture into film. Christopher's tall, athletic build and natural charisma made him a standout candidate for roles that required a commanding presence. He caught the attention of casting directors and soon secured a part in the 1977 adventure film Grey Lady Down, which starred Charlton Heston. Though his role was relatively small, it was an important step toward establishing himself in Hollywood. Christopher's experiences on Grey Lady Down taught him a great deal about the nuances of acting for the camera. Unlike theater, where performances are larger than life to reach the back of the audience, film required subtlety and precision. Christopher embraced the challenge, learning to use his expressions and body language to convey emotion in ways he hadn't explored before. Back on Broadway, Christopher continued to shine. Each role he took on further cemented his reputation as a rising star with immense talent. Industry insiders began to take notice, and it wasn't long before his name was being discussed in conversations about major projects. Christopher was steadily climbing the ladder of success, and he was determined to make the most of every opportunity that came his way. As the late 1970s approached, Christopher's career was gaining momentum. He had proven himself on stage, on television, and in film, but he knew that the next step would be crucial. Little did he know, the role that would define his legacy was just around the corner. By the late 1970s, Christopher Reeve's career was steadily growing. He had proven his talent on Broadway, television, and in small film roles, but the role that would define his legacy and change his life forever was just on the horizon. In 1977, Hollywood was abuzz with news of a new superhero film, Superman. The filmmakers were searching for someone who could embody the character's strength, charm, and moral integrity. A perfect fit for Christopher, though he didn't yet realize it. When Christopher first heard about the auditions for Superman, he hesitated. At the time, he didn't think of himself as the superhero type. He was tall and fit, yes, but he was lean and lacked the imposing physique typically associated with the character. Still, his agent encouraged him to try out, and Christopher decided to give it a shot. The audition process was rigorous. Christopher faced stiff competition from established actors including Paul Newman and Robert Redford. But when he walked into the audition room, something clicked. His natural charisma, combined with his ability to convey vulnerability beneath Superman's iconic strength, caught the attention of director Richard Donner. Christopher wasn't a household name, but Donner saw something special in him, a quality that made him believe Christopher could bring Superman to life in a way no one else could. There was one catch. Christopher needed to physically transform for the role. His lean frame was far from the muscular build of Superman, so the filmmakers brought in British bodybuilder David Prowse, best known for playing Darth Vader in Star Wars, to train him. Over several months, Christopher embarked on a rigorous fitness regimen, eating 6 meals a day and working out intensely to gain nearly 40 pounds of muscle. The transformation was remarkable. When he donned the iconic Superman costume for the first time, he fully embodied the character. Bringing Superman to the screen wasn't just about physicality, it required emotional depth as well. Christopher worked tirelessly to differentiate Superman from his alter ego, Clark Kent. He added subtle touches to Clark's character, such as slouching slightly and speaking in a higher pitch, to emphasize his mild-mannered nature. These choices showcased Christopher's dedication to the craft and elevated the film beyond a simple superhero story. In December 1978, Superman, the movie premiered, and the world was introduced to Christopher Reeve as the Man of Steel. The film was a groundbreaking achievement, with its state-of-the-art special effects and epic storytelling. It was one of the most expensive films ever made at the time, with a budget of $55 million, but it paid off in a big way. The movie became a massive box office success, grossing over $300 million worldwide and earning critical acclaim. Christopher's performance was central to the film's success. Audiences fell in love with his portrayal of Superman, appreciating how he balanced the character's strength and heroism with a sense of humanity. His Clark Kent was endearingly awkward, while his Superman exuded confidence and charisma. Critics praised his ability to bring depth to a character that could have easily been one-dimensional. The impact of Superman was felt far beyond the box office. It marked the beginning of a new era for superhero films, setting a standard that would influence the genre for decades. For Christopher, the role catapulted him into international stardom almost overnight. He became a household name, adored by fans, and admired by industry professionals. Despite the overwhelming fame, Christopher remained grounded. He often spoke about how he viewed Superman as more than just a character. To him, Superman represented hope, integrity, and the potential for greatness within everyone. He embraced the responsibility that came with playing such an iconic figure and used his platform to inspire others. The success of Superman led to sequels, starting with Superman 2 in 1981. While the production of the sequel faced challenges, including a change in directors, Christopher's performance once again shone through. The film was another box office hit, cementing his status as the definitive Superman. Christopher's sudden fame brought both opportunities and challenges. He found himself navigating a world of paparazzi, public appearances, and heightened expectations. Yet he remained focused on his craft, determined not to let the fame overshadow his passion for acting. Even as he continued to reprise the role of Superman, he sought out diverse projects that would allow him to grow as an artist. While Superman had made Christopher Reeve a global superstar, he was determined not to be defined by a single role. Between the Superman films, Christopher sought out projects that would challenge him as an actor and showcase his versatility. One of his most notable performances came in the 1980 romantic drama Somewhere in Time, where he starred opposite Jane Seymour. The film, a blend of romance and science fiction, allowed Christopher to explore a deeply emotional and nuanced character. Though Somewhere in Time was not a major box office hit upon its release, it later gained a cult following. Christopher's performance was praised for its vulnerability and sincerity, proving that he could excel in roles far removed from the superhero genre. The film became a favorite among fans and showcased Christopher's range as an actor. In addition to his work in film, Christopher returned to the stage, where his love for acting had first begun. He took on roles in a variety of productions, from Shakespearean dramas to contemporary plays, earning acclaim for his performances. For Christopher, the stage was a place of creative freedom, a space where he could experiment and grow. Despite his efforts to diversify his career, Christopher understood that he would always be associated with Superman. Rather than resisting this, he embraced it. He often spoke about the responsibility of portraying such an iconic character and used his fame to support causes he believed in. Christopher became an advocate for environmental conservation and frequently participated in charity events, leveraging his status as Superman to make a positive impact. As the 1980s progressed, Christopher continued to balance his work in film, theater, and philanthropy. He remained a dedicated father to his children and found joy in his personal life, even as the demands of his career grew. His ability to navigate the complexities of fame while staying true to himself earned him respect, both within and outside the industry. By the end of the decade, Christopher Reeve had established himself as more than just a superhero. He was an actor, an activist, and a man driven by a deep sense of purpose. The journey that had begun on the stage in Princeton had taken him to the heights of Hollywood, but Christopher's story was far from over. As the 1980s unfolded, Christopher Reeve found himself at a crossroads. While Superman had solidified his place in cinematic history, he was determined not to be confined by the iconic cape. He knew the world saw him as a superhero, but Christopher wanted to prove that his talents extended far beyond Metropolis. After the success of Superman 2, Christopher took on diverse roles that allowed him to explore different genres. In 1982, he starred in Death Trap, a gripping mystery thriller opposite Michael Caine. The film showcased Christopher's ability to handle suspense and darker themes, offering a stark contrast to his wholesome image as Superman. Critics and audiences praised his performance, reaffirming his range as an actor. In 1983, he returned for Superman III, a film that took a more comedic approach to the superhero's adventures. While the movie wasn't as critically acclaimed as its predecessors, Christopher's portrayal remained a highlight. He expertly balanced the duality of Superman and Clark Kent, demonstrating his commitment to the role despite the film's lighter tone. At the same time, Christopher began exploring opportunities in the world of theater. He appeared in productions such as The Aspern Papers and The Marriage of Figaro, delighting audiences with his commanding stage presence. For Christopher, the stage remained a place where he could connect with his roots and challenge himself creatively. Despite his success, Christopher faced the reality that Superman had created a larger-than-life persona for him, making it harder to be seen as anything else. He often joked about how people would approach him in public, expecting him to lift cars or fly. While he appreciated the love and admiration of fans, he longed to be recognized for his broader body of work. As the decade progressed, Christopher balanced his career with a growing dedication to philanthropy. His experiences as Superman had taught him the power of hope and inspiration, and he sought to use his platform to make a difference. He supported various causes from environmental conservation to arts education, using his fame to amplify messages of positivity and change. By the mid-1980s, Christopher Reeve was a household name, beloved by audiences around the world. Yet, behind the scenes, he faced the challenges of maintaining a career in an industry that often sought to typecast its stars. Determined to break free from the shadow of Superman, Christopher took on a series of ambitious projects that showcased his depth as an actor. In 1984, he starred in The Bostonians, a period drama based on the novel by Henry James. Playing the role of an idealistic Southern lawyer, Christopher delivered a nuanced performance that earned him critical acclaim. The film proved that he could excel in sophisticated, character-driven stories, further distancing himself from his superhero image. The following year, Christopher appeared in Anna Karenina, a lavish adaptation of Leo Tolstoy's classic novel. His portrayal of Count Vronsky demonstrated his ability to bring complex literary characters to life, adding another layer to his already impressive resume. These roles were a testament to his versatility and his commitment to challenging himself as an artist. While his professional life was thriving, Christopher's personal life also evolved during this time. He had separated amicably from Gay Exton, with whom he shared 2 children, Matthew and Alexandra. Christopher remained a devoted father, prioritizing his relationship with his kids despite the demands of his career. In 1987, he met Dana Morosini, a talented actress and singer. Their connection was instant, and the two quickly became inseparable. Dana's warmth and unwavering support would later become a cornerstone of Christopher's life, helping him navigate some of his most difficult moments. During this period, Christopher also became more deeply involved in activism. He was particularly passionate about environmental issues, and frequently participated in efforts to protect natural habitats and promote sustainability. Whether through public speaking or hands-on involvement, he used his fame to advocate for causes close to his heart. As Christopher Reeve entered the 1990s, he found himself reflecting on his journey. He had achieved incredible success in his career, yet he felt a growing desire to focus on work that resonated with his values. This shift in perspective led him to take on projects that were not only artistically fulfilling, but also personally meaningful. In 1992, Christopher directed his first feature film, In the Gloaming, a poignant story about a family coming to terms with loss. The project was a departure from his previous work, allowing him to explore new creative avenues. Directing gave Christopher a sense of control and satisfaction that he hadn't experienced as an actor, and he approached the role with the same dedication and passion that defined his career. Around this time, Christopher also became involved in educational initiatives, particularly those aimed at supporting young artists. He believed strongly in the transformative power of the arts and sought to create opportunities for the next generation of performers. His advocacy extended to mentoring young actors and working with organizations that provided access to arts education for underserved communities. At home, Christopher and Dana's relationship flourished. The couple married in 1992 and welcomed their son, Will, the following year. Family life brought Christopher a sense of grounding and joy, balancing the intensity of his career with moments of quiet happiness. However, Christopher's desire for purpose wasn't limited to his professional and personal life. He began to see his role as Superman as more than just a character. It was a symbol of hope and resilience. He often visited hospitals, meeting with children facing life-threatening illnesses. These visits were deeply meaningful to him, as he witnessed firsthand the impact of his portrayal of Superman on young lives. As he continued to explore new creative opportunities and deepen his philanthropic efforts, Christopher felt a renewed sense of purpose. He was no longer just an actor or a celebrity. He was a man determined to make a difference. Little did he know, the next chapter of his life would test that resolve in ways he could never have imagined. May 27, 1995, was a day that would forever change Christopher Reeve's life. An avid equestrian, Christopher had long enjoyed the thrill of riding and competing in equestrian events. On that fateful day, during a competition in Culpeper, Virginia, Christopher was preparing to guide his horse, Eastern Express, through a jump. As the horse approached the barrier, something went wrong. Eastern Express abruptly stopped, throwing Christopher forward. He landed headfirst, fracturing 2 cervical vertebrae and severely damaging his spinal cord. The impact left Christopher paralyzed from the neck down. He was rushed to the hospital where doctors performed emergency surgery to stabilize his spine. Despite their best efforts, the prognosis was devastating. Christopher would never regain movement or the ability to breathe without the help of a ventilator. For someone as active and independent as Christopher, the news was almost unbearable. He later admitted that, in the days following the accident, he considered giving up. The prospect of living a life dependent on machines and constant care seemed impossible to face. Yet in the midst of his despair, he found an unlikely source of strength: his wife, Dana. Dana stood by Christopher's side, refusing to let him lose hope. "You're still you," she told him, "and I love you." Her unwavering support became a lifeline for Christopher, helping him find the courage to face his new reality. With her encouragement, he began to see that his life, though irrevocably changed, was far from over. In the months following his accident, Christopher embarked on a journey of recovery, both physical and emotional. He spent 6 months at the Kessler Institute for Rehabilitation in New Jersey, undergoing intensive therapy to adapt to his new condition. While his physical limitations were permanent, Christopher focused on what he could still control: his mind, his voice, and his purpose. During this time, Christopher's humor and resilience began to shine through. He often joked with his medical team, bringing levity to an otherwise challenging situation. His friend Robin Williams played a significant role in lifting his spirits. Disguising himself as a boisterous Russian doctor, Robin barged into Christopher's hospital room, making him laugh for the first time since the accident. That moment was a turning point, reminding Christopher that even in the darkest times, laughter could be a source of strength. Determined to use his platform for good, Christopher began advocating for spinal cord injury research. Alongside Dana, he established the Christopher Reeve Foundation, dedicated to funding research and improving the quality of life for those living with paralysis. The foundation quickly gained momentum, attracting support from scientists, philanthropists, and fellow celebrities. Christopher also became a vocal advocate for disability rights, pushing for greater accessibility and representation for people with disabilities. His advocacy extended beyond speeches and public appearances. He worked tirelessly to educate the public and lawmakers about the challenges faced by the disabled community. Through it all, Dana remained Christopher's rock. She transformed their home to accommodate his needs, managed the foundation, and raised their son, Will. Her love and dedication inspired countless others, earning her widespread admiration. Christopher's life after the accident was not defined by what he had lost, but by what he chose to do with the life he still had. Despite his paralysis, he continued to pursue creative endeavors, proving that his spirit remained unbroken. In 1997, he made his directorial debut with the television film In the Gloaming, a poignant story about a family grappling with illness and loss. The film received critical acclaim, earning multiple Emmy nominations and showcasing Christopher's talent behind the camera. His return to acting came in 1998, when he starred in the television movie Rear Window, a modern adaptation of the classic Alfred Hitchcock film. Playing a paralyzed architect confined to a wheelchair, Christopher delivered a powerful performance that resonated deeply with audiences. The role allowed him to bring authenticity to a character facing similar challenges, proving that his acting prowess had not diminished. Christopher also turned to writing, sharing his experiences and reflections in his autobiography, Still Me. The book became a bestseller, offering readers an intimate look at his journey from Hollywood star to advocate for change. Through his writing, Christopher conveyed a message of resilience, emphasizing the importance of hope and determination in overcoming adversity. Beyond his artistic pursuits, Christopher's work with the Christopher Reeve Foundation continued to expand. The foundation funded groundbreaking research, including experimental treatments that showed promise for spinal cord injury recovery. Christopher himself participated in some of these trials, demonstrating his commitment to advancing science and offering hope to others in similar situations. Despite the challenges he faced daily, Christopher found joy in life's simple moments. He cherished time with Dana and their children, finding strength in their love and support. His humor, intelligence, and compassion inspired everyone around him, from family and friends to the countless people who followed his story. Christopher's advocacy extended to the global stage, where he became a symbol of perseverance and hope. He addressed the United Nations, spoke before Congress, and participated in numerous events to raise awareness for spinal cord injury research. His eloquence and passion captivated audiences, proving that even in a wheelchair, he was a force to be reckoned with. By the late 1990s, Christopher Reeve had become more than just an actor. He was a beacon of hope for millions. His life was a testament to the power of resilience, a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable challenges, it was possible to find purpose and create positive change. As the new millennium approached, Christopher Reeve was more determined than ever to create lasting change for those living with spinal cord injuries. His work through the Christopher Reeve Foundation was transforming lives, providing hope and support to thousands around the world. Under his leadership, the foundation became a driving force in spinal cord research, funding groundbreaking studies and fostering collaboration between scientists. One of Christopher's most remarkable qualities was his ability to inspire others. His speeches, often infused with humor and raw honesty, captivated audiences. Whether addressing Congress or speaking at medical conferences, he made a compelling case for increased funding and attention to paralysis research. Christopher believed deeply in the possibility of recovery, famously stating, "Nothing is impossible." In addition to his advocacy, Christopher continued to explore creative outlets. In 2002, he appeared in 2 episodes of the hit television series Smallville, which followed the early years of Superman's alter ego, Clark Kent. Playing Dr. Virgil Swan, a scientist who reveals critical information about Clark's Kryptonian heritage, Christopher brought an emotional depth to the role. His appearance was a poignant nod to his legacy as Superman, and fans were thrilled to see him back on screen. Despite his busy schedule, Christopher remained devoted to his family. Dana, Matthew, Alexandra, and Will were his greatest sources of strength. Their unwavering support fueled his mission, and he often credited them for giving him the courage to keep fighting. For Christopher, family was the foundation upon which everything else was built. Christopher Reeve understood the power of storytelling, not just as an actor but as a writer and speaker. In 2002, he published his second book, Nothing is Impossible: Reflections on a New Life. The book was a deeply personal account of his journey, offering insights into how he found strength in adversity. It resonated with readers worldwide, becoming a bestseller and further cementing Christopher's status as a voice for resilience and hope. Through his writing, Christopher shared the strategies that helped him navigate his new reality. He spoke about the importance of setting goals, no matter how small, and finding joy in everyday victories. His words inspired countless people facing their own challenges, reminding them that even in the darkest moments there was a way forward. Christopher's ability to connect with audiences extended to his public appearances. He delivered speeches at universities, fundraisers, and international conferences, each time leaving a profound impact on those who heard him. His eloquence and authenticity made him a powerful advocate, capable of moving hearts and minds. In his speeches and writings, Christopher often emphasized the importance of community. He believed that no one should face hardship alone and that collective efforts could lead to transformative change. This philosophy guided his work with the Christopher Reeve Foundation, which became a hub for connecting people with resources, support, and hope. By the early 2000s, Christopher Reeve had become a global symbol of hope and resilience. His advocacy work and creative pursuits had touched millions of lives, but his impact went far beyond his public persona. Behind the scenes, he was tirelessly working to advance medical research and improve the quality of life for people with disabilities. Christopher's foundation played a pivotal role in funding cutting-edge studies on spinal cord regeneration. He was particularly interested in the potential of stem cell research, which he believed held the key to unlocking new treatments. His efforts to raise awareness and secure funding for this research were groundbreaking, paving the way for advancements that would benefit future generations. In addition to his advocacy, Christopher continued to inspire through his personal achievements. Despite his physical limitations, he took part in experimental therapies that helped him regain some sensation and movement. These small victories were a testament to his determination and belief in the power of science. At the same time, Christopher's work as an actor and director remained a source of pride. He often spoke about how the arts had given him a sense of purpose and a platform to make a difference. For Christopher, storytelling was a way to connect with others, to share truths, and to inspire change. As the years went on, Christopher's health became increasingly fragile, but his spirit remained unshaken. He continued to advocate for spinal cord injury research and disability rights, often appearing at events and fundraisers despite the physical toll it took on him. His determination to make a difference was matched only by his love for his family. Dana Reeve, his wife and partner in every sense, was his constant companion and source of strength. She managed the foundation, cared for Christopher, and raised their son, Will, all while maintaining her own career as an actress and singer. Dana's unwavering dedication inspired those around her, earning her admiration and respect. In 2004, Christopher suffered a setback when he contracted a serious infection that led to cardiac arrest. Despite the best efforts of medical professionals, he passed away on October 10, 2004, at the age of 52. His death marked the end of an extraordinary life, but left behind a legacy that would continue to inspire for generations. After Christopher's passing, Dana Reeve took on the mantle of his legacy with grace and determination. She became the president of the Christopher Reeve Foundation, continuing their shared mission of advancing spinal cord research and supporting those living with paralysis. Under her leadership, the foundation grew even stronger, funding innovative studies and expanding its reach. Dana's resilience in the face of unimaginable loss was a testament to her character. She often spoke about how Christopher's belief in hope and perseverance had influenced her own outlook on life. Through her work, she carried forward the values they had built their lives around. Tragically, just a year after Christopher's death, Dana was diagnosed with lung cancer. Despite never having smoked, she faced an aggressive form of the disease. True to her nature, Dana faced her diagnosis with courage, continuing to advocate for the foundation and care for her son, Will. In March 2006, Dana passed away at the age of 44. Her death was a profound loss, but her legacy, like Christopher's, remained a beacon of hope. Together, they had created a movement that transformed countless lives, proving that even in the face of adversity, love and determination could lead to extraordinary change. Christopher Reeve's influence extended far beyond Hollywood and the medical community. He became a symbol of resilience and hope, inspiring individuals across the globe. His portrayal of Superman introduced audiences to a hero who embodied courage, morality, and the belief in the potential for greatness within everyone. Yet, it was his life off-screen that truly defined him as a real-world hero. Through his work with the Christopher Reeve Foundation, Christopher helped shift the global conversation around disability and paralysis. He worked tirelessly to dismantle stereotypes and advocate for inclusion, proving that people with disabilities could lead meaningful and impactful lives. His advocacy inspired legislation to improve accessibility and provided resources for individuals and families navigating life with spinal cord injuries. Christopher's openness about his struggles resonated with people from all walks of life. He never shied away from discussing the difficulties he faced, but he also emphasized the importance of finding purpose and embracing the possibilities that remained. His story became a source of strength for countless individuals, reminding them that they too could overcome challenges. His legacy as Superman also took on new dimensions. Fans worldwide saw him as the embodiment of the superhero's values, not just on the screen, but in real life. For many, Christopher Reeve was proof that heroism wasn't about superhuman strength, but about resilience, compassion, and the willingness to fight for what's right. Christopher Reeve's journey was filled with profound lessons that continue to inspire people to this day. One of the most powerful takeaways from his life is the importance of resilience. Christopher's ability to adapt to his circumstances and find purpose after his accident showed the world that even in the face of adversity, there is always room for hope and growth. His life also underscored the value of using one's platform for good. Christopher leveraged his fame to advocate for causes that mattered deeply to him, from spinal cord research to environmental conservation. He believed that every individual had the power to make a difference, regardless of their circumstances. Another lesson Christopher exemplified was the strength found in community and connection. He often spoke about the role his family, friends, and supporters played in his journey. Their love and encouragement gave him the strength to persevere, and he made it his mission to pay that support forward through his foundation. Christopher's story also reminds us of the transformative power of storytelling. Whether through his roles as an actor, his speeches, or his writing, he showed how sharing one's experiences can inspire empathy, understanding, and change. His words touched hearts and motivated action, leaving an indelible mark on the world. Christopher Reeve's legacy is one of hope, perseverance, and the belief that nothing is impossible. Through his work as an actor, director, and advocate, he touched the lives of millions, leaving behind a world forever changed by his efforts. His story continues to inspire individuals to strive for greatness, embrace challenges, and use their unique abilities to make a difference. The Christopher Reeve Foundation, now known as the Reeve Foundation, remains a testament to his vision. It continues to fund groundbreaking research and provide support for individuals living with paralysis, ensuring that Christopher's mission lives on. His dream of a world where spinal cord injuries can be cured is closer to becoming a reality, thanks to the strides made under his foundation's leadership. Beyond his professional and philanthropic achievements, Christopher's personal story resonates deeply. His courage in the face of immense challenges, his dedication to his family, and his unwavering optimism serve as a beacon of hope for people everywhere. He showed that true heroism lies not in invincibility, but in the willingness to confront life's obstacles with grace and determination. Even decades after his passing, Christopher Reeve's impact remains profound. His portrayal of Superman continues to inspire new generations, while his advocacy work has created a legacy of progress and possibility. For many, he is more than just an actor or an advocate. He is a symbol of what it means to live a life of purpose. As his story is told and retold, Christopher Reeve's message endures. No matter the odds, there is always hope. And with hope, anything is possible. Thank you so much for watching this video and joining us on this incredible journey through the life of Christopher Reeve. If you enjoyed this story and found it inspiring, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content like this. Your support helps us continue to bring these stories to life. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments which artist or topic you'd like us to cover next. Your recommendations inspire us to create new content that connects with you. So, share your ideas, and who knows, the next video might just be based on your suggestion. Thank you for being a part of our community, and we'll see you in the next video.